Showboating sports, guys. Man, what a week in boxing. You know what I mean? What a week in boxing. Did you guys see Keith Thurman getting ready to go into the fight? The mob came out, got all over Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman brought back the old trash talk. Now, you know, on my channel, I've said a lot of stuff about Keith Thurman because I'm hurt. I like Keith Thurman. I like Keith Thurman a lot. But I think Keith Thurman dodged Spence and he dodged Crawford with that wanting to go play the flute and over in Nepal and doing whatever he was doing. He was dodging them dudes, right? But to see the old Keith Thurman, that fire comes back, it does something to me. But I still have to stand on what I said. I think Keith Thurman should have to fight Boots Ennis to be able to get a fight. I know Keith Thurman feel like, hey, I'm already up here. But dude, when you was up there, you didn't do anything with it. You didn't get all the surgery that you needed. You took a lot of time off. But when Pacquiao fight came through, you made sure you took that fight. And you weren't even ready. And I just don't think that Keith wasn't 100% geared in because they showed him gambling before the fight. And it's just, you know, he took Pacquiao lightly. He lost. And that's what happens when you take your position and you don't play it right. And Keith Thurman didn't play his position right. He just really didn't play it right. And so you guys heard me say all the time, I'm okay with Keith Thurman's tears. I just wish I could bottle them up and sell them. You know what I mean? I'm okay with Keith Thurman crying about not getting the Spence and Crawford fight because that's what he did to them. You know what I'm saying? What Crawford and Spence is doing now, that's what Keith Thurman should have done. And he didn't do that. So Keith Thurman was in a good position and didn't play his cards right. He didn't make the right move. He didn't, you know, it's chess, not checkers, baby. But now he's out there talking, man, I wish it was me. I wish I could be in the ring. Can I be in the white corner while one's in the red, one's in the blue? Because I want that payday. My bank account's kind of off. And this, that. And I like that. They said, what do you think about Jerron Ennis? He said, oh, yeah, he's a good fighter, but he ain't ready for no Keith Thurman, which I like that kind of stuff from Keith Thurman, but is it truly about boxing or is it more about a payday? You know what I mean? But Keith Thurman misses the limelight. They all rush Keith Thurman. They love Keith Thurman. A lot of us do. I'm mad at Keith Thurman. I'm in my feelings over the Keith Thurman thing, right? But I want to see Keith Thurman. Listen, if I like a fighter and I feel like this fighter is dodging other people, I'm turning on him because I'm all about the sport, right? Keith Thurman was a good fighter. I was behind Keith Thurman. But when he refused to fight those guys and, oh, my hand, my elbow, and you didn't go get the proper surgeries, you had enough time to go get those proper surgeries. Once they won those belts, then you went and got surgery. You should have been already done that, right? Keith Thurman, to me, seemed like he lost a little bit. It's like he lost a little love for the sport. That's kind of how I took it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's just how I took it, you know? And that's what it seemed to me. But you still didn't make the fights, but you did make the Pacquiao fight. You know what I mean? And I do understand that Spence and Crawford was a tall order and you wasn't going to get the payday like you would have at a Pacquiao. I get it. I get all of that. But it's where we are, baby. One time has found himself back behind time. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You got to work your way back up, bruh. He's saying that Keith Thurman also said that he knows it's getting political. You know, it's the business standpoint. He thought he was going to get the Spence fight. And so he figured he'd play his position. He thought he'd get it. He thought when he talked to the WBC would order that fight. But WBC didn't. Spence told you a whole bunch of times, bro, I'm not fighting you. The way you acted, I'm not fighting you. What'd you do? You thought he was lying? Then you told me, well, I was going to step in. You won't step into nothing because guess what? Spence said he wasn't going to fight you, bro. And everything that Spence said, he stands on it. You know what I mean? Now, I wish Spence would fight Keith Thurman because I want to see it. You know, I'm that guy. I want to see that. I'm all about the sport. And that's what I like to see. But if Keith Thurman's just waiting around for that payday, you need to fight Boots, bro. You need to fight Ugas. And maybe that's who it is. He said he has a fight coming up and he's going to announce it as soon as they get the paperwork. He's excited about it. And as soon as they get the paperwork done, he'll be out there talking about it, which hopefully that comes out any day soon. I hope so. But anyway, man, that's straight up no chaser, man. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you hit subscribe. We go live most weeknights at 10 p.m. And so come join the circus, man, as we like to say. But until then, man, peace. I'm out.